Hello my friends, it's June 20th, 2017, and it's time for today's big story. EA has a grand total of one game coming to the Switch, FIFA 18. It's coming out on the Switch later this year. Looks like a pretty decent port of the game. I know it doesn't include the story mode that's in other versions, but by and large everything else is in there, so doesn't look like too bad of an offering, which is better than what people were originally expecting. But what about other stuff from EA? Is EA gonna give any other games to the Switch? They're one of the biggest third-party publishers there is. Well, today they said they're looking into it. EA's Executive VP of Global Publishing had this to say: FIFA is the largest game in the business, so the offering and expansive footprint FIFA has around the globe will help connect Switch hardware to gamers as well. So I think it's a strong mutual partnership with Nintendo. We love the mobility of the Switch, and I think the content that they've put out is really strong on it so far. We're going to continue to watch how the hardware does. We are exploring other products. We are looking at other IP and what the technology connections need to be for that. So they're looking into things. You know, it'd be nice if they said, yes, we have other stuff coming, but they're just like, yeah, we'll see how the system does. We're looking at some other things right now. So, you know, it's not the worst answer, it's not the best answer, it's somewhere in the middle of the road. Immediate Muffin says, I'm not going to support EA by just buying a game I don't want. If I buy FIFA for Switch, do you know what that will support? The next FIFA game on Switch. Buying FIFA doesn't mean that they're going to put Battlefront 2 on Switch. Yeah, it's a tough one because, you know, I'm not interested in FIFA. I don't plan on buying FIFA, but if FIFA comes out, when FIFA comes out on Switch, if it doesn't sell well, EA is going to be like, look, we put in good effort here and people don't buy this game. And, you know, maybe people just don't want a sports game. Maybe they want some of the other stuff like EA is doing. Like you said, Battlefront 2, or any of the other number of titles that EA has out. It would be quite unfair for EA to judge the platform on the sales of just one game. You'd hope they put out, you know, a few games in the first year or a couple of years. And then, you know, if they aren't seeing returns on a sports title, a sci-fi title, an action title, then they can be like, listen, we tried multiple genres and they just didn't hit for us. They didn't turn into anything. So we're going to pull back on Switch support. And other people have been saying, you know, EA always takes this approach with Nintendo where they're like, well, we're going to see how the system does and we'll see what happens. Why don't they do that with other platforms? It always seems like from day one they have their titles out there and there's never this question of, let's see how the system sells. And obviously Xbox One isn't selling as well as PS4, yet they're still supporting that one. So, you know, their games are selling well there. They just feel like they have a base there and they don't have a base on Nintendo platforms. Or they have to create games that are outside of the norm of what they usually do. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff to discuss and unpack here. I can understand fans being upset. I can also understand why EA is a little reluctant, because usually what they do, as far as sports game goes, I guess don't sell too well in the system, but I don't ever feel like they've really given Nintendo platforms in recent years a fair shake when it comes to the genres and the content that they're providing on other platforms. I'm sure Switch fans would be interested in some of that more action-oriented stuff. It's just that publishers like EA or developers at EA never think that those games are going to sell well on a platform. Give us a chance. Let us show you if we're interested in those before you make up your mind when you haven't ever tried a game like that to begin with. Alright my friends, that's today's big story for June 20th, 2017. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing and commenting. It's very much appreciated. I'll be back tomorrow for whatever tomorrow's big story is, and I sure hope you'll join us to check it out. So until then, have a lovely day and a lovely evening, and I'll see you in a few short hours. Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at Twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at Instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot!